a record of everybody that came to our lunch, listen, and learn conversation, where we're going to talk about lifestyle and legacy, and specifically making wealth real. And the reason I started our conversation with the question I did is because most of us were taught that what I just asked for was not possible. Does that make sense? We were actually trained to miss the opportunity to create wealth because we were taught that time is money. Now, in this conversation, I'm going to share a simple, that's an acronym, a simple process for us to make wealth real together if we choose to. And for us to make wealth real, we first got to have a definition for wealth. Put this in your notes. According to Robert Kiyosaki, author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, you're wealthy when you can live off of the income produced by your assets, not your, you know what word I said. When you can work, when you can live from income producing assets without you having to be the one to go out and exchange your time for money. Does that make sense? And as we jump into the conversation, I was blessed to bump into this conversation only a few years ago at a point of absolute frustration. Anybody ever been frustrated with the set of instructions you were given?
Yes, sir.
Meaning I did everything to the best of my ability. They said in Atlanta, they said you're supposed to go to school and get good grades. They say that where you're from.
Yes, sir.
And then they said after you get those good grades, you're supposed to go to college and get a degree. Did they say that where you're from?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And they said with that college degree, you're supposed to go out and get that good job and live happily ever after. Did they say that where you're from?
Yep.
Yes.
Did anybody ever get to the point where you looked around at them and said, well, something is wrong? Because they said if the job ain't making enough money, get another job. Anybody ever worked 2 jobs?
Yep.
Brother, I had 2 jobs and a side hustle, and I was still over here looking at my wife and our checks and wondering how we were going to get to the end of the month. Anybody ever been check to check?
Yes, sir.
Take it a step further. Anybody been check behind the check?
Yes, sir.
So here's the problem. Time and money are different. And in order to create wealth, we have to do 4 things with our money and create something most of us were never taught to have. So simple, SIMPLE. If you write that down from top to bottom on your notes, I'll go through and share how we'll be able to shift your money back to you, how we'll be able to increase the cash flow coming into your home, and then some creative ways to multiply money that wealthy people have known about for years. We just didn't have access to it. And then the most important thing in any wealth creation formula is that we're going to create leverage for everything. So if you're taking notes, you got shift, increase, multiply, protect, leverage, everything. If you're not taking notes, start taking notes. This could be valuable, life-changing information. Make sense? All right, let's see. So make wealth real. We're going to talk lifestyle. We're going to talk legacy, and we're going to connect those because most people, when they think of the legacy, they think about something that they're going to leave. I want you to think about legacy as something that we're going to build and create together at the end of this conversation. And if it makes sense to you, I want you to spread the word so that we have something different to teach people other than a formula that didn't work for the generation before us and much less won't work for the next generation. Now, with Make Wealth Real, if you think about it, there's a few reasons why we work. Like if you think about it, why do you go to work right now?
Pay bills.
Pay the bills. To pay the bills.
Money. Make more money.
I mean, we go to work to have the money so that we can pay the bills, and the money that we make at our jobs has to support our current lifestyle. But because of changes from that formula they taught us, we also got to be in a position to fund our future lifestyle through our investments. Yes?
Facts.
Like that good old pension that was going to pay you at your high salary for the rest of your life. For most people, that doesn't exist anymore. As a matter of fact, I was talking to some young people the other day. They said, did that really ever exist? But beyond our lifetime and our lifestyle, they say that a good man leaves an inheritance for his children and his children's children. That implies a legacy. But here's the challenges that everybody faces. Like, is there anybody on the line that just wants to know how to make more money?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then with the money you make, it doesn't matter if we make more money if we can't keep more of our money, right?
Exactly.
Anybody want to know how to keep more of the money we make?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Here is the wealthy man's secret. Most of us were never taught how to have enough money left to have money work for us. Anybody want to have your money work for you
Yes,
sir.
instead of for them? And here's the result of what we lack in terms of information and financial education. For most Americans work 50 plus years of their lives, and then they finance their lifestyle instead of owning it. And that puts them in a place where there's little or nothing left when we're talking about leaving a legacy. Instead of something good in a will, most families get stuck with a bill. Today, this Financial Friday, we get the opportunity to change that. And the thing that I will begin with and end with is this money back guarantee, meaning somebody out there is probably thinking, I heard something like this before. No. If you heard something about this and didn't tell me, I'm upset with you. Because MWR, Make Wealth Real, is the only opportunity that actually guarantees your success, meaning if the experts and strategies that I'm going to introduce today can't put more money in your pocket than the cost of your membership, get this, not eventually, in the first 30 days, MWR will give you your money back. That means it's not about your money. It's about understanding that there is a risk in doing what we're doing. There's no risk to you in doing this. But have you ever seen somebody, you ever heard of the broke cliff?
Yes, sir.
Where people just walking up to the end of their working years, looking at everybody that fell off into the broke cliff and still following the same script. We got to make a turn. We got to change direction. Does that make sense? So as we get into the conversation, the MWR, what do we provide? We are a membership community, lifestyle and legacy community, and the membership gives us confidential and professional experts in the areas of money that we were not trained in. Listen to me. I had a whole lot of guilt about the things that I didn't know about money. But you know what? I look back at all the time I spent getting the best grades in the school to become the valedictorian, the time I spent at Duke University getting electrical engineering, computer science degree. You know how many classes they taught me on basic finance, much less wealth creation?
None.
Can imagine.
I had all this education, but didn't know anything that I needed to know when it comes to money. And so I found myself in a place of pain because every time I got a check, it seemed like they say the more you make, the more they
Say,
Hey,
They were taking money left and right. And because I didn't have any money left, there was no way for the money to work for me. And say, how can I serve you if you're always giving me away? And then last but not least, a way to protect the income and assets that we produce. Now, with this membership, the first thing the experts do is go to work against the enemies that are taking money out of your pocket. Then they share with you strategies that wealthy families have known for years to help multiply the money. And then the secret of the wealthy is income and asset protection. And here's the best part. We got experts to do the work. So at the end of this conversation, I'm not telling you got to become a tax expert or a trust fund initiator. You just got to understand how to build a trust so that you can fund your dreams. We're going to start at the beginning though, because is anybody just in that place where from a lifestyle point of view, your life would be better if people would stop putting their hands in your pockets? Is that just me?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Think about it. Between the government, banks, and big business, the average person gets robbed 4 times on the way home. Meaning if it wasn't so much getting taken out of our checks from taxes, there would be more money left for us to live on. And because we get so much taken off the top end taxes, the banks come back around again and we end up borrowing. And then with the cost of inflation, did y'all see? I think I bought eggs for $9 the other day.
That's crazy.
Okay.
What if we had a set of experts that could do all 4 of those things for you? I mean, go in, they can reduce your taxes, eliminate your debt, lower bills, and then put your credit in the best condition of its life. Would that help?
yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Now, beyond that, if you're renting right now, anybody that's renting a home right now but would love to become a homeowner, we actually have a program to go from renting into home ownership and savings programs that'll save you hundreds of dollars a month buying things in the places that you already go. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Average
Yes.
member, according
Yes,
to
it
the
makes
statistics from the company, saves they convert $2,000 of things that they were spending money on back into money in their house. If somebody could offer you for just $149 a set of experts that put $2,000 back in your house, would you take the money?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
See, that's the part, Angela, where I say this isn't a presentation. That part is an intelligence test. And since you're here, I'd love for you if you could share just a quick minute of your story about how the experts went to work for you. And then we'll proceed with some other things, because first thing is getting the money back. Is everybody clear that I'm saying to you, first promise, let's get some money back in your house? All right.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. And thank you so much for having me on. You're doing a fantastic job. I appreciate you and all your leadership that you do here for the team. And so, yes, I was introduced to this program by Mr. Chuck Harden, and I was excited because for me, just for you all that don't know, I'm Angela Johnson out of Fayetteville, Georgia, and I worked in the banking and financial industry for 31 years, so 30 plus years in the financial industry. And this information that we are finding out here today was never taught to me. So I was pretty much living, making money, but paying all of that money out for things that I had gotten myself into, and nobody was helping me with how to get out of it. And the other part of it, Mr. Harden, is I knew I wanted to invest, but I never had any money to invest with because all of it was being shifted away from me. So when I got started with the experts, the first thing I had to do was just upload a few documents, and just like that, I was able to get $587 back in my paycheck. That was an instant pay raise just for allowing the experts to work with me on that part. And I was excited about it. It gave me a little breathing room because I had very little money left at the end of the month, just like you said, check to check, basically, right? So once I got that money, I didn't ball all out with it. I could have, but I decided that I wanted to work with the experts even further because there's so much to offer here. And so I worked with the debt elimination team. And what they did for me, Mr. Harden, is they were able to put together a plan where I could systematically pay off my debt and reduce the time that I was going to be in debt. They reduced my 19-year debt sentence, including a mortgage, down to 6 years. And by doing that, I was able to cash flow back into the household just from reducing that $2,200 back into the household every single month. When I tell you that gave me some buying power that I didn't have before, because like I said, I was working in the financial industry, and that was frustrating to me that I could not become an investor, right? And so with that, they also, a couple of more things is they increased my credit score by 66 points because I was in the 660s. Now I'm up to 731. And I'll just be very transparent. I had a debt to income ratio issue where I couldn't, the amount that I paid for money just got higher and higher just because of that. So with that credit score increase, I was able to reduce my expenses even further just by them renegotiating some loans and things like that that I had. I say all that to say is I was able to become an investor. So I went from working at the bank, Mr. Harden, to becoming my own bank, hence borrowing from myself at an interest rate that I chose for myself. I was able to pick up things like precious metals, and that is an asset that does not depreciate in value. So it added more buying power to what I can do and what I can participate in, like the wealthy do. So yeah, that's my testimony, and I thank you so much for having me on to give it, and I appreciate you. Thank you.
Awesome. Let's give it up for Angela Johnson. And I want to point this out.
Yes.
People think I don't have a tax problem because people think this money that's coming back now is new money. No, tax refund is your money that the government has been keeping for a year with no interest. They were interested in keeping it as long as they could. She got a almost $600 pay raise from a job, credit score up, debt elimination. She saved 13 years. You remember that time is more valuable than money. 13 years off a debt sentence, thousands of dollars back into her household. And she's not the only one. Everybody on here has a testimony. Your situation, your money results will vary, but here's what I can guarantee. If you don't get some help, they say that insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. The worst that could happen is that MWR refunds your investment in at least seeing if somebody can help you in the situation. That makes sense?
Yes.
Now, by the way, Angela said she was able to become her own bank. And I should point that out as I bring up the slides. One of the most important things that we can do is have better strategies for our money when it comes to wealth creation. Because the challenge isn't just the things that we know or the things that we don't know. It's the things that we know that just ain't so. I mean, I want you to think about this. When I started working, they said, now, Ricky, you're going to want to put some money in your checking account and your savings account and some money in your 401k for retirement. Is that what they told y'all? Did anybody get?
Yes.
Yes and yes.
And those were the good stewards of money. Here's the challenge. The relationship between banks and the average individual have changed drastically over the last decade to where banks pay little or no interest on any account that you set up with a commercial bank. Right now, the average savings rate in America is 0.01%. The number's so small, it seems insignificant. Meaning, if I put $10,000 in the bank, that rhymes with Bell's Cargo, because I don't advertise for them. If I park $10,000 with them at the end of a year, I will have earned $1 in interest off that $10,000. One. Meantime, the bank has a business. Their business is to loan money. Whose money do they loan? Our money. They loaned that $10,000. They flipped it 20 times. Made hundreds of thousands of dollars and paid me $1. That's why the bank has the biggest building in every city represented on this Zoom, and they hand you a sucker when you open the account.
Facts.
Here's what's true though. Wealthy people have strategies where they can become their own banks. MWR didn't create it. They made it available to common people through this membership where we have the opportunity to become our own bank through vehicles like diversified cash flow account and private reserve accounts, which let us grow double-digit interest by investing in assets. This is what you got to understand. Money is meant to multiply if you put it to work. And when you become your own bank, now, I'm not talking about a piggy bank. Like a piggy bank is just you stacking up some money on the side and it waiting for you to crack it open. I'm talking about your own bank where you have the ability to have tax and risk-free saving strategies where diversified cash flow account average 4% interest, right? Now, somebody looked at me and said, Rick, that ain't a lot. 4% of 10,000 is still 4,000 times better than that $1 the bank gave.
X.
And you get the leverage of being able to borrow against your asset, use it tax-free, and then have it grow like the money's all there while you decide on how to repay it. This gives us the ability to accumulate assets. I'm telling you, when you get into the idea of tax elimination, this is where the billionaires play. In trust protection, puts them in a place where not only are we reducing taxes like a home business does, with a trust, you can put yourself in a position where you have eliminated taxes, ordinary income taxes, because you no longer have any ordinary income. Somebody knows what we're talking about. And this allows us to protect our income and our assets at the same time. And this is how you leave a legacy. It's not 2 jobs. It's not the endless sacrifice. It's putting something to work other than you. That way we get to live and leave the legacy at the same time. And everything that you saw was in that membership for just $149.97 a month. And I tried to put these all in one slide reel because people be out around there. What's the gotcha? There is no gotcha. They already got your money over there at the bank and at the IRS building. We just trying to get your money back because there's no contract. There's no setup fees. Your spouse is included so that the same experts that work for you can work for them, because in divorce court, they say till death do us part. And here's the kicker. You don't have to be an expert in it. You just have to know which expert to ask about each situation. And it's all integrated into one system. And best of all, there's a money back guarantee. Break that down. Like, think about this, William. We really are saying, if we can't get you more of your money back, we'll give you the little bit of money that you put in this. It ain't even about your $150. We're trying to make wealth real. And the blessing is they let the experts do work for us. And then when we tell people, check this out now, because Angela left this part out. Just because she told people about what the experts did for her, she made it to our position of 3-star executive director. What does that mean? $50 a day in leveraged income from some work she did not do. The experts still did the work for the other people she told, but now the experts pay her for telling other people what they did for her. Would you tell more people what they did for you?
Yes and yes.
Yes, you're going to tell them anyway. But now with Make Wealth Real, it becomes the perfect business because now we have a way to get paid every day. When do you need money?
Every day.
Every day. You get paid every day while someone else is doing the work for you. That's called leverage. Does that make sense? And leverage goes two ways, because if you decide to become a lifestyle and legacy coach and coach people through this process for a startup of $249.97, what does that mean? $100 one-time business setup fee to set up your website, your access to the portals, and establish your genealogy with you as the CEO. And then $149.97 a month as a membership fee. $249 gets the miracle started. And now what do you get? Well, first you got a team of experts that's going to help you keep growing, protect the money that you got. Yeah.
Yes.
You also get the leverage, a set of experts, strategies, leaders, and systems to help grow your business. I mean, even the conversation we're having right now is a part of our leverage system. Because let me come off screen share so that I can see your eyes. I want you to look at the person that invited you to this Zoom if they're not me. What is that person doing right now? Well, what they're not doing is a presentation. Looks like Monifa is actually at work, right? They're not doing much other than this: listening, learning, and leveraging. They're leveraging the power of my conversation, Angela's testimony, to build their paycheck. Where else can you get paid for somebody else to talk for you? Come on, man. And then here it gets even gooder. Is gooder a word? It is today. Today, gooder is a word because with all of the things that we get, we put in a position where you can earn anywhere from $5 a day to $15,000 per day just by sharing and helping other people in the process of sharing what we do. Did my screen just freeze for y'all?
No, sir. Well, you're moving.
There we go.
All right, there you go.
I see what's happening now. Too many things open, Rick. Too many things open. Stop this share and let's talk for a second. So how does this work? Let's say for the sake of this conversation, who is new to this conversation? Who's the first time joining us on a call? Erica, you still there? Oh, JS. I'm just looking for a face. Okay. Erica, let's say for the sake of this conversation, you invited me to take a look at what we got our hands on. So me, Valerie, and William got started with you. That's just the top 3 people I see. Does that make sense? We decided that we wanted to make wealth real together and we wanted to partner with you. Is that okay? We go to your website, we sign up, and when we get started in the business, congratulations, everybody give Erica a hand. She just got a promotion and a pay raise. Erica, you now make $5 a day, daily guaranteed residual income with MWR Financial. How's that sound?
Great.
She does not seem to be that impressed with my little $5 a day. Right? But here's the reality. With $5 a day over a 30-day month, that's $150 a month, yes? That means you now have a business that's self-funding and is paying for itself. And profitable business is one of the secrets to creating wealth with leverage. Now, here's the other secret. Well, it's not a secret at all. Me, Valerie, and William did not get in business so that you could make $5 a day. We want to be wealthy. So we go out and tell Lottie, Dottie, and everybody. 3 people partner with me, 3 people partner with Valerie, and 3 people partner with William. That is now 9 more people that you do not know, but would you help them?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Because now you got a team of 12 people and you got another pay raise. This pay raise means you make now $20 a day, $600 a month. Would it help? Like, it's not going to retire anybody on this line, yes? But $600 additional money coming in for work that you no longer have to go out and do will change your life. Because eventually that team will continue to grow. And I'll just point out the matrix right here so that you can see what this looks like visually. As the team grows, as we spread the word, this thing is going to get bigger and bigger so that we started right here with just that team of 3. Do you see that right there?
Mm-hmm.
But then you get to a team of 12, you're at $20 a day. Team of 100 or so, you're at $100, $3,000 per month with some additional bonuses. We get paid both upfront and long term. But think about when this thing goes crazy. You get to making $9,000 or $3,000 a day, $90,000 a month. Could $90,000 a month retire anybody on this line?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Quick fast.
Yes.
Good, whatever
Real
number
fast.
it
And
takes.
New York.
Because I want you to get this visual in your head. The bigger this grows, the less of the work is actually coming from you. So now you're buying back your time and increasing your income. Isn't that powerful?
Mhm.
I mean, it's the exact reverse of what we were taught in school. They were taught if you want to make more money, you got to work more hours. But dollars for hours is a terrible trade for our lives. And isn't that what our time is?
Yes.
So let's paint out this example. Let's say you need $9,000 to get out. Could everybody get relatively comfortably out of corporate with $9,000 extra coming in a month?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
So you dedicate the next quarter, next 90 days to introducing one person a week. That'll give you a team of 12, yes?
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
And that team of 12, they get 1 customer each. That gives you, on your first level, that puts you at that 2-star executive like Erica, $600 a month. But that team is going out and building a team. Does that make sense? Now, in this case, let's say your team not as good as you. They only do it half right, half wrong. They get 50% of what you did. That still gives you 72 people on your second level, 216 on the third level. It continues to grow and build till now. And for that 480 team members we need, we actually got 589. Does that make sense? It's powerful.
Yes.
Make sure you spend some time working on the exact scenario. Like if you know what your freedom number is, get together with the person that invited you to this call this afternoon, and let's figure out how much money we need to make together to get you your time and your money back at the same time. Because even with $9,000 simulated, the more you know, the more you can grow. And the membership, the good thing about this membership, it already speaks for itself. We already got millionaire residual income earners. We got people getting paid every day. We got people saving more money. We got people earning interest instead of paying it. But here's the benefit to that. Now you got people that are able to build or buy their dream homes. You got people driving their dream cars. It cracked me up when I was watching Charles and Judith the other day. Judith went to buy a Tesla. And they messed around and got 2. Right? I mean, with Lena Horne's Bentley, but living the dream lifestyle. Like, what's in your life that you want to have, but your money and your time haven't given you permission to have it? Let's build like we want to create that financial freedom so that we can leave a legacy, but at the same time, live one. Like right now, I want you to understand everyone has the opportunity to win. That's our philosophy. It's win-win or no deal. Everyone has the opportunity to win with MWR. Only person missing from the equation right now is you. And this is your chance to make that decision, meaning I'm done. Y'all can tell. I'm at the end of my conversation. At this point, the hardest work you got is to make a choice. Do you want some of the money or all of the money? I mean, think about it.
Let me think.
If you're number two, you just want the membership. You just want some people to give you an honest to God look with an eye towards helping you improve your financial situation. You want to get some of the money, increase your paycheck, get your credit up, and then have better places to put the money than at the bank that's getting rich off of leveraging our money. Does that make sense?
Yes.
$149.97 gets you access to the membership. So $149 a month, can cancel at any time, but here's the guarantee. Once you put the experts to work and use all the strategies, it won't make sense to ever do anything different. But now the people that are serious heard what I said about all the money. I'm talking about money today and money getting paid tomorrow from work that you did and some work that you did not do yesterday.
Love it.
It's a brilliant system of compensation, spreading the word for the information and education that people need to hear, not the one that was forced on us to put us in a position to be workers and consumers for the rest of our lives. $249, $100 one-time startup fee, plus the membership. To be a Legacy Lifestyle consultant, you got to be a Legacy Lifestyle member. It just makes sense. But whatever you do something different. Remember that MWR guarantees that the expert strategies and the opportunity will put money in your pocket in 30 days if you use it. But you know the other guarantee? That if you don't do something, nothing's going to change. I'm sure everybody got on this line hungry, not just for information, but hungry for a change. Let it start today. Get together with the person that invited you to this particular conversation. Tell them you want to set up a game plan strategy session to walk through how we put this into your life so that you don't miss a beat on anything you've got going. Just one other thought occurred to me. I'm going to say this and then I'm going to go. Is that good?
Yeah.
I've only ever seen 4, maybe 5 reasons a person wouldn't do this after they saw it, Rel.
Yes,
Either
sir.
they didn't believe it, they didn't understand it, they don't think they have the time, or the most sinister and severe, but still prevalent in our world today is that person didn't have the money. I'm going to take care of all of those thoughts if they're running through your mind, and then we can go, right? If you didn't believe it, think about what you were taught to believe. You were taught that time is money. We've already proved that that's a lie. We were taught that in school, if you copy somebody else's paper, that's cheating. If somebody else does your work, we were taught to believe things that have been proved not to be true. What I want you to believe is there is a different way, is better than what we were taught, and you can be the person that shares that message with everybody else. Now, somebody else said, well, I didn't understand all of it. You know what? I didn't understand all of it when I got started either. I, in fact, did not understand what was going to be required of me when I started my job. But you know what I did, William?
What?
I stayed there until they paid me.
Oh, that's right.
If you don't understand, most things you understand better by doing than by listening or than looking. And then when it comes to time and money, that's what we're on this call for in the first place. Think about what it would be like for the exact income that you make today to come into your life without you having to go to work for it. And they say, well, Richard, you working? This is 37 minutes of my day. It's less time than I've worked out today. But it's going to pay me again today for the 30 minutes I did 2 years ago. It's buying me my time back. And then when it comes to money, that's why the person invited you to help you be in a position to make some money. Because the realest thing you can ever do for another person is put them in a position to get paid. And better if you can get them paid over and over again for one simple invitation. With that, I'm done. All hearts and minds clear?
Yes.
Perfectly, we've given you
Yes.
some
Yes,
Awesome.
yes.
Awesome.
food for your finances. Now go get some food for your faces. And we will have another couple of conversations spread throughout the weekend in case, because there's some special things happening in the company in terms of elevating and accelerating new people into payment positions. And I want to get you paid and promoted. See if we can put a comma in your life and make it stick.
Yes.
Oh, that's-
Thank
Good afternoon,
you.
everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Mr.
Bye.
Harden.
Thank you so
Awesome.
much.
And that's why they call you the Hawk. I love it.
Okay.
What do you
You
call
got
the
the best.
Exactly. That's super.